Greetings, fellow cyberdogs and fellow Minecrafters and fellow mine squatches all over the world. This is the Lockabah with the Lockabah presents Let's Play Minecraft 1.7.10. Damn it, Jim. It's modded, not vanilla. Alright guys, remember we are playing the Terrafirmacraft mod, and we have been showing you how to go about raising yourself up from a Neolithic, naked and scared ape. We're naked and scared, but not no more. Well, we're still naked, but I'm not scared no more. Alright, let's get to this, but first, hey Minecraft, high five with a barrel in your face. Alright, our maters are doing here. Oh, the maters, they's growing. The maters is growing, Mabel. Oh, Mabel, I miss you. Don't ask me who Mabel was. But anyway, guys, so we are doing good now. We have gotten ourselves the ore, you know, when we cast ourselves some stuff. We're going to make some shovel action going on here. We really need to pan for just a bit more of that copper, that yummy, yummy copper. Because if you got the copper, you ain't just naked and scared. Alright guys, so it's closing in on sundown, but we've got a little something new in our repertoire, as they say. Your repertoire, what you keep in your boudoir, next to your underwear. Now, what we've got, as you can see here, are javelins. I am Mr. Javelin. Let me show you how we make the javelin. Okay, for making javelin, go to now number 3. Okay, you're gonna right click, and this really is the very most like real napping that I've seen so far in the mod. Take off each of these 2 corners. Take off the 2. Now, at the bottom left, take off the 1 and take off the 2. And there you will have a stone javelin head. Now, what good are javelins? Well, first of all, javelins, of course, are a ranged weapon. And it will automatically jump to the next javelin in your hotbar when you've thrown your javelin. And you collect them just like arrows. Alright, and they take little damage when they hit mobs. Okay, they don't seem to take too much damage when they hit like wood blocks or things. But each kind of mob has different kinds of damage that they're susceptible to. We need to relight some of our torches here while we're out here. I was hoping we were about to go do a little more panning. I came up with a methodology that seemed to produce really well, not be too difficult to deal with, and not leave just a gigantic mess all over our beaches and things. Very important to get these lit up. There we go. Pow. Alright, so, which means we may also have to light them up inside. They may have just gone out. Yep, a few of them have. Here we go. Light those up so we don't get skellies inside again. But here we go, our wood pile. Remember, here's our chest, in which we have stored a number of things, our ceramic bowls in which we will make meals eventually, we hope. Some arrows. We have not taken on and defeated any spiders, and therefore we don't have any string. We have ourselves a couple of axes. We have ourselves some shovels and our water jugs and things, and so we're doing pretty good. We do need to get hold of some food at this particular point in history. And so what we're going to do, we're going to get ourselves set up to do a little fighting if we got to. So we've got our chisel. We've got a hammer with us. And in fact, before we go, I'm just going to take the moment to make one more hammer just to make sure we got one on backup. Because guys, we've entered that point now where we can start to take back the night. We can start to go out there when it's dark and face our enemies and have a halfway decent chance of putting up a good fight and starting to gain some benefits from things. Being able to cease this huddling in the dark when the sun goes down and go out and bring the fight to the enemigo. So now we're gonna. Why are you now out? Oh my goodness. I'm just so frustrated with all of this. Gots to find me some pumpkins. Alright, so let's head down to the water's edge. Let's just do a reconnoiter before we go down. Make sure it's not teeming with skeletrons. Alright, we are going to, as always, go and collect ourselves some seaweed. It's quick, it's easy, it's nutritious and delicious, and packed with both iron and vitamins. Properly prepared, it will sustain you. However, if my inventory is full... No, my inventory's not full. Okay, what did you do? Dive off the edge again? There we go, get some... It is. It's all falling to the bottom. You rat. Okay, now we should have it up, up, up. Into the sky. Of course, it's all in our inventory. But, let's see. Here we go. We're just going to get it all up there to combine it. And we are going to munch it. Munch, munch, munch. Ooh, is the water ballet starting early this evening? I think the water ballet may be starting early this evening, but that's not going to do it. We got to get more. And we got to get over where there's some fresh water so that we can take care of our water as well. Okay, there's cattails over there, but that guy's over there, so we're just going to go over here, and I'm going to demonstrate the fine art of javelin in the face. Now, these guys are susceptible primarily to slashing damage. Now you can see how it jumps to the next javelin each time I throw one. It jumps to the next one in my hotbar. It's really nice. And you can see that it almost took him completely out. Now we've got to come down and retrieve these because they're valuable. Any more down here? Well, we better go up for air first. But you can see with the javelin we can make an impact. Where the javelin really comes into its own and is really, really good for us is that creepers are very sensitive to piercing damage. Okay? It means 2 quick stabs with the dagger and you can kill a creeper, which is just fantastic. Here we go. Get over here and get our jugs and get some fresh water. Fresh water there. Fresh water there. We're drinking. See, it takes 2 jugs to completely fill up your drinking. Now, you'll remember that we brought a barrel with us. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to take this barrel and put it in our hot bar. We're going to get on that barrel, and we're going to right-click the water. And what we just did is fill that barrel. Now, the problem is I'm overburdened, and I've got to get that in my shoulder slot, or I'm not going to be able to swim. There we go. Now, hopefully I didn't just fill that up with seawater. Fresh water, okay. So now we've got an entire barrel of fresh water to take back with us. We've got fresh water to drink. And put in our back slot like that, we've got just nothing to worry about. We're epic. We're awesome. So now it means we can start to talk about Mr. Chisel. And what I want you to do is put your chisel and your hammer in your hot bar. And you will see that there's now something that appears on the right-hand end. This first setting is to make smooth stone. If you hit M, it'll change. This is to make stair-type shapes. This is to make slab-type shapes. And this is to take out little bitty sections of blocks where you can actually sculpt. What we're after is the polishing function. All right, and we want to get to some stone. Now, if I right-click this stone, you'll see it changes. It shows a polished edge, right? Look how quick and easy that went. Now, we have our pick, and we're going to go over here to one more piece of stone if we can find one. And I wanted to show you. Of course, sure, now we can't find a piece of stone. If we break a rock with the pick, normally what we get is we get a piece, just a rock like we find laying on the ground. But if we break these with our pick, after we've done polish on them, you can see we get the polished blocks. And that right there, my friends, they are not subject to gravity, I do not believe. I mean, I've never had any of them collapse on me like they are. Like the way the dirt blocks immediately collapse. You'll see that when I cut this out of here. The stone block hangs there in midair. All right? And so it means suddenly we have got a whole new building material available to us. Not only that, but we've also got a whole new tool available to us because with some raw stone and some polished stone, we're going to be able to make a kern. And what a kern is it's a grinder for grain. But you got to have some plain stone, and you've got to have some polished stone. So I'm going to come over here and polish a couple of these stones right here. And what that's going to do is ensure that that stays stable. Now what I'll do is I'm going to break out the stone, and you can see what we get is we just get the plain rocks, see? But if I separate this stone so that it has no other blocks that are in contact with its faces, so let's just see, where's our shovel here? Here we go. We need some gravel anyway, so see, it's stable and it keeps us from having a full-on collapse, see? Fantastic. And when I cut the rear section loose, we now have one block of pure gabbro. It's not polished gabbro, it's raw gabbro. That is very important because we need raw gabbro as well as polished gabbro, or whatever kind of stone we have locally, in order to make our grinder. But right now you can see along the way here, every once in a while we have these little pits here. Well, what these are is these are the places where I've been panning. And so what I want to do is find us a fresh spot, and I want to show you the panning method that I've arrived at that seems to really work well. It's quick and easy to set up. It doesn't leave an ugly mess on your beaches, and definitely produces. This will also give us the ability to come over here and just whack a little more of this seaweed for the sake of our well-being here. Oh, you're going to go down there. All right. Go on down. Here, might as well get you while we're down here, too. Come on, pick it up. Can't stay down here all day, dude. Well, what the heck? My inventory full? Why am I not picking it up? Oh, I bet you I need to combine them, yeah. That's right, if we got to combine them, that means we got enough to munch on. Alright, now, to get to a fresh area, here we go. Fresh area to mine, fresh area to pan. Here we go. So now, what I do is I take out 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's interesting. Not sure why that happened. I'm going to have to dig a fresh one here. 1, 2, 3, because we got to have a full flow. All right, and then once I've dug this 3 deep, 3 long, what I'm doing is I'm taking my gravel, and the gravel can be from anywhere because it's the location that matters, not the gravel, and I'm just going to drop in gravel like this. Now I can just take my panning bowl, and I'm actually going to get me a fresh open spot so anything we find jumps up. And I'm going to start panning. Just click and keep clicking, and there you go, native copper. You see it jumped right up. And once that drops, I'm just going to move to the next one. And move to the next one. There we go. That was something, I'm not sure what. Might have been the native platinum again. We'll look in a moment. But what this, like I say, it doesn't matter where the gravel comes from. It's the location that you're panning it in. So we're just going to keep right on panning, and once that vanishes, we're going to move on to the next one. Come on, we need more copper. There we go. There we go. I found it seems to be right towards the end of the blocks that you've placed that you seem to get the most results. But I'm being a little careful so I don't grab sand when this gravel disappears. There we go. There's another one. We may have enough now to finish that out, but it'd be nice if we could get just a little bit more. Keep on panning it. Okay, this area seems to be overworked, is the message that we get. And what that means is that now we just move on down the beach. But wow, I can't pass up getting seaweed without having to drown. I like that. All right, Mr. Seaweeds. Come to my seaweeds. There we go. We'll just have to combine them together as we pick them up. There we go. Combining the seaweeds. Go. Grab these guys. And again, combining the seaweeds. And you can combine a lot of seaweed. Trust me on that. And there we go. Combining the seaweeds. Right now, with all of that, that's only 4.9 ounces of seaweed. So, I mean, it's not a lot. But what did we get? Yeah, more of the native platinum. More of the native platinum. But so we're basically, now we've got to move to our next chunk in order to continue the process. Nice. We have fresh water over here. But here we go. Let's move over here, and again, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then I'll dig some gravel, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to just grab a little more so we can do a replacement as we go if we need to. There we go. Back over here. Get this where we can place our gravel. I'm going to put the native copper back down in our hot bar after we do this because I want to be able to see. Oh, now. There you go. Alright, I was going to say, that's not supposed to be what's happening here. So let's put our native copper back down here so we can track that and we'll keep our extra gravel. But one more time here. So, we start panning it. Now I'm panning all saltwater borders, so I'm not sure what difference there may be between panning saltwater and freshwater. But I do know that this is getting us enough native copper to make our tools, and that's absolutely brilliant. Of course, it'd be lovely to have ourselves a prospecting pick. It'd be lovely to have a sword. It'd especially be lovely to have a mace so we could whoop the crap out of some skellies. Alright. It's usually after we pan out about 3 of the blocks of gravel that we start to actually see some nuggets showing up. So we should start seeing nuggets real quick here. I'm just constantly right-clicking to pan. See how much longer this one's taking than the others? We should start seeing nuggets now pretty much any moment now. Oh, no, I'll be a son of a gun. Maybe it's because it's a a little island out like that. I'm not sure. But I'm really surprised that we didn't get any nuggets out of that one. And I figure as long as we're over in this neck of the woods, might as well see what's over here, huh? So you can see I've got my map back up now. I decided, well, we've now legitimately established our base. We're okay to use the map. We're not all cheaty by using the map anymore. Let's see what is on this island. So it looks like we got another island over across. We may have to make an overland dash. But, well, we got a little more copper than we had. I think we probably should head for the home front. And I'm sure I'm well out of time here. But I wanted to show you guys, we continue to work on the copper and what we can do now that we have that chisel. How we can now make stone part of our building process. And we're no longer trapped using just wood. Or and I mean that's absolutely fantastic, because now of course we're able to pan for our copper. We can make all our different molds for our different tools, and of course my goal of course is to get a shovel so that we don't have to keep making all these stone shovels and all these other stone tools. Kind of hoping we might find some native copper laying on the ground here, but it doesn't look like it. Start on up the hill here. A little kind of parkour trip up the hill. I've never been much for the parkour stuff, so this could get very amusing before it's all over and done with. But I would say that in terms of this part of the mod and getting from the basics of naked and scared up to the level where we are working with metals, and I mean now it's just a matter of rinse and repeat to continue to get that copper ore until we can make all of our tools in copper. And at that point be ready to rock and roll. Now, what's going to happen here is there's going to be a jump between this and the next episode. In between now and then, I am going to take advantage of all the new tech I have available because of my chisel. I'm going to put myself together some stone and stuff, and I'm going to gather food, and I'm just going to do all that basic stuff, and like I say, rinse and repeat, so that by the time it's all said and done, I will have a full set of all of the tools in copper. And once I have accomplished that goal of a full set of all the tools in copper, then what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go hunting, because it's going to be time for us to come up with hides so that we can get to some leather armor. We can get some tanning and some leather armor and some other tech. So I'm going to get myself a set of tools worked up here by just panning until we get enough copper to do it, and we can square them all away. Har, 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 har. You are harmless. You are harmless. Yes, you are. You are harmless. Yes, I'll stop poking you in the face and hit you with something proper here. I know he can come over the wall there, but it's just, I just feel so confident now. Alright, once we've gotten rid of him, now we can go back inside without having aggro going on. But, alright, so the last thing I wanted to do, pick that up since there's nothing in it. Last thing I wanted to do is show you, we're going to take our full barrel of water off our back. Boom, we're now overburdened. It means we can't walk. But we're going to just right-click and place it. And as you see, we unseal it, and there we go. Giant barrel of water. And I'll be filling another barrel of water, because we got to work with many barrels of water now with many of the things that we're doing. We got to have it if we're going to make rope out of hemp. We got to have barrels of water if we're going to work leather. So I mean, there's lots to do with that. But in the meantime, woohoo, we are making so much progress, guys, now. And eat this yummy, yummy seaweed. Get my jug and refill my jug. Woo! Alright, guys, well, so like I say, we have now reached the point where, of course, we can construct all of our tools out of stone, and we've learned how to pan the copper, and now we can make all these copper tools. And like I say, that's what I'm going to do before I come back for another episode of this. I'm going to produce this full set of tools for myself out of copper. I'm not going to worry about bronze right now. Because frankly, we don't have the other minerals we need to mix in order to make it bronze. Oh, excuse me, goodness. But once we have done that, then it's going to be time to go hunting. We've got to go find some animals and kill them so that we can get some raw hides, and we're also going to have to find some of the right kind of stone to get flux. And there's other things we're going to have to do before we can start to produce leather. All right, and so that's basically where I'm going to take us in this particular series, is up to the point in which we've produced leather and we are making leather armor. And at that point, you've got metal tools and you've got leather armor, you've got shelter, you've got food, you've got lots of good things going on, and you're far enough that with some time spent with the wiki, you can master this mod. But it's getting over that initial struggle of getting food and shelter and making sure you got proper equipment and that kind of stuff. And so we're almost there. So I shall return. Thank you so much for joining me, Delockabout, for Delockabout Presents Let's Play Minecraft 1.710 on the Squatchcraft Server, where we are playing the Terrafirmacraft server. And so here we go with a Squatchcraft high five with a jug of water in your face. Whoosh. All right, guys, I am out. Peace.